moves well, big, strong, physical kid, and then we're still kind of working out that right tackle position.
With Coach Simmons with the Fairview Aggies. Coach, I know you always look at Fairview and you think, oh, all this great offensive production, but boy, that defense, you may have probably the toughest defense running under the radar in all of North Alabama.
Well, we felt really good about it. Now, again, we've had so many of those guys that had been in the program for 3 years, 4 years, and we're starting. And so coming in now, we got a lot of new people coming in now. So it's going to be, they're older. We got some juniors stepping in at linebacker, but they're inexperienced. So I told them, some of our juniors, seniors have as many starts on Friday nights as our freshmen do, which is 0. I said, so that's, for us, a big deal of getting it sorted out. So right now, we're not quite where we need to be defensively, but I think they'll get there. They're good, talented kids. They just hadn't done it a lot.
Third leg of the football triangle, of course, the kicking game.
Well, we actually have a kid that come in, Walker Gentry, has moved in back last. He moved in last year, I think, around the middle of the year last year. But he is 10th grader and has, in practice, been hitting between 45 and 50-yard field goals. Now, I tell everybody that's no rush, and you got all day and you can take your time. So he won't be at that distance probably game-wise, but he's giving us a good opportunity for our offense if we sputter, and if we know if we can get the 20, 25-yard line, that we have a shot at least getting some points. And then kickoff, so he's been hitting around 5 to 10-yard line, which if we can pin them there, we'll make for long drives, which will really help the young defense out.
Tonight you open up on the road. The Brandon Iron Bowl, the restaurant, of course, has a place over in West Point, and, of course, here in Fairview. Great steaks, by the way. I can add that. One of my favorite places to eat, without a doubt. And you talk about now you go on the road to take on a team that is a rival, but isn't a rival, but has become bigger a rival.
Yeah, it's for us, since I've been here, they've been a rival, and we've had some really good games. It's been really recently have been big runs. They went on, I think, a 7-year run. I think we're on about a 6 or 7-year run right now. So it's been a series of runs, but all our kids know each other. Our kids call them all by name. I'm asking them every day, what this guy's name is, what that guy's name is. So there's a big familiarity, and so there's a lot of pride at stake in these two. And then, of course, with Brian over at the Brandon Iron, he does a great job of hyping this game up. So it's a big deal. Both schools.
We got him on Coach's Breakfast this morning. All right, let's talk about the game tonight. Your thoughts about it going into this one on the road. Always tough to start the season on the road.
Absolutely, and this for us always been a tough place to play down here at West Point. So for us going in is going to be early on keeping our composure and making sure we kind of sort some things out. Like I said, we got a lot of new guys, a lot of new coaches, so getting everything sorted out early. So keeping everything kind of at bay early on in the game, and then hopefully everything will kind of start settling in, and from there we can kind of get back into what we do. So we want to kind of hold that ground early because it's a tough atmosphere. So if we can hold it early, I think we'll be okay.
Fairview did good by making you the head football coach, no doubt. Looking forward to this tradition continue. Thank you for joining us, and look forward to seeing you next week as we start week 1 of the season.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We're thrilled to death to have you back again this year.
God bless you, sir. Back after this, here on the Fairview pregame show.
The Fun Media Group presents Coach's Breakfast, celebrating a quarter century of talking football on Friday morning, live from the Huddle House, high atop Brimley Mountain in North Alabama, and brought to you by
Alpha Insurance and agents Talisso Scheiko and Robert Baird, NHTC, the New Hope Telephone Cooperative, Marshall Medical Center's Home Health Care, DNN RV Service, Discount Building Supply in Warrington, A&D Motors on Brindley Mountain Parkway, the Interiors Workroom in the Magnolia Plaza, Arab Towing and Muffler, Hunt's Tree Service, Twin Lakes Golf Course, and Arab Stoneworks on Sundown Drive.
Let the football talk begin.
Welcome into a brand new football season. Welcome into Fun Radio's Coach's Breakfast, celebrating 26 years of fun. Thank you for joining us. Brand new lineup for Coach's Breakfast. Yours truly, Michael St. John, Cody Walker, the walking encyclopedia of football, joining us, and Big Ken Williams joining us as well. Guys, glad to have you here. Cody, Your thoughts on the season early on?
Been hot out there, a lot of practices. Fall camp is over and week 0 is here. And waking up this early on a Friday morning knowing that it's going to be a exciting night of Friday night football. Had some great action last night as well.
This is going to be a fun time. Our 6 o'clock hour every week on Coach's Breakfast will spotlight 5 different high schools and 5 different head coaches. First time we've ever done that.
We're going to spotlight Holly Pond, J.B. Pennington, New Hope, DAR, and the Brewer Patriots. It's going to be great to hear from those coaches in 6 o'clock hour every week.
It's going to be a lot of fun as well. Cody Walker, as always, you've got a rundown of the Fun 92.7 in-game scoreboard, sponsored now for the 20th year by Gilbert and Ball Ford. Had some games last night. We'll go over those results a little later on Coach's Breakfast. But tonight's games lining up high school football in North Alabama.
Get started off with the games you'll hear right here on the Fun Media family of networks. A-Rail will be taking on Guntersville. Priceville will be hosting Brewer. Fairview will be taking on West Point in the Brandon Iron Bowl. And other action when Huntsville will host Jasper. Decatur will head to Buckhorn. Austin takes on James Clemens. West Morgan will be taking on the Athens Eagles. Hartselle will host Bob Jones. Albertville will be hosting Paul W. Bryant. Boaz will be taking on Coleman. Columbia will be taking on Greensboro. Lee will take on McAdory. Sardis will take on Haralson County of Georgia. Geraldine facing Anniston. Sylvania will be tangling with Crossville. Vinemont will take on Fogville. Holly Pond will be taking on J.B. Pennington. New Hope facing Ohatchee. Cedar Bluff and West End. Valley Head will take on Ider. Woodville will be welcoming in Belgreen. Westminster Christian will be taking on Madison County. Madison Academy will be traveling to Mars Hill, and Brindley Mountain taking on Lindsay Lane.
Boy, that's a great game, that Mars Hill Madison Academy. You're talking about perennial champions for both teams meeting each other at the University of Mars Hill over in the Lauderdale County area. They have put quite a product on the football field for the last 10 years.
And it's going to look very different. New head coach for the first time in a long time. Their 3-time state champion head coach has went on to Russellville, and now it's going to be a whole new look for the Mars Hill, and Madison Academy is looking for revenge after losing to them the last couple of years.
We'll talk more about some of those games next hour on Coach's Breakfast live from the Huddle House. Right now, our features begin. The head football coach of the Holly Pond Broncos, Will McDaniel, joined Big Ken earlier in the week. Tonight, 2 of the teams that we'll be sponsoring in this hour every week here on Coach's Breakfast are meeting each other. Holly Pond and J.B. Pennington.
You know, what was fun about that, Michael, is that each one of them, they coached together. They both were texting each other while I was doing these interviews about what was coming up for Friday night. It's going to be a great matchup between them two.
And with that, let's hear from the head football coach of the Holly Pond Broncos, Coach Will McDaniel.
Coach, thank you for allowing me to come into your home. And what are your expectations for the first game? And what would you consider a successful start to the season?
And I know this is cliche, but Coach Saban talk about the process. We talk about the mission, and our mission is just simply daily to maximize every day. And then the results are the results. So as long as I feel like we're maximizing our effort, our attention, our availability, and all those things, whatever happens, if we're doing that, that's, to me, I look at it as just kind of like plan that's supposed to happen.
Have you got a lot of returners this year? Or?
We do. We had 3 core seniors last year, 4 off last year that were returning players. We added some really good athletes in our school that played football kind of for their senior year. But, we had 3 guys that signed college scholarships. We went 5-5 last year, the first non-losing season since 2018. But we actually bring a lot of guys back. The one lineman we sent to the next level, we've got another one that's probably going to play in college, but he missed 9 games last year due to an ACL injury. So it's like you kind of lose one and get the other one back, because, when one gets hurt, you fill in all these spots. And you fill in these spots, but, and then people have to play due to injury. So in reality, 4 linemen that played a ton last year, and then we kind of get our kid that got hurt. Our quarterback's a 9th grader, but he's been in our offense since 7th grade. Since I got here, halfback's a returner, fullbacks is our backup quarterback. He was our leading tackler last year. Could be our quarterback, but he's just very valuable other places. We really bring about 7 or 8 guys back on both sides of the ball that played a lot last year.
Are there any players that have surprised you in the offseason?
Kid we moved to tight ends, a senior, Braxton Rice. What he's done to his body over the course of a year since football season ended last year, he did really well on track. We needed a tight end, and we've got some tight end types, but have never really played it. We talked to him about it. He's like, Coach, I'll do whatever it is you need me to do. And he's going to be, a big threat in our passing game. because it's hard to cover the tight end. And he kind of plays on the edge in defense, and I know I'm expecting a big year out of him.
What is your biggest goal for the team this season?
Our goal is just to max out what we have. If maxing out what we have is 4-6, then that's a great year. If maxing out what we have is 6-4 or better or something like that, then that's a great year. But I just want to max out. I feel like this year's team has a lot more to prove. We had guys, like I said, those 3 guys that signed scholarships. They knew who they were. So I feel like this group's kind of that shadowy group that's always kind of been behind some other classes. And I just feel like this is a extremely hungry group.
As you look at your schedule, what team do you think is going to give you your biggest challenge?
None of these teams in our region this year were in our region last year. We played Hanceville out of region. They are in our region this year, and they're in our county. 6 of those other teams, we haven't played them. And I think 3 or 4 of those teams, maybe 5 in our region, have new head coaches. So there's a lot of, I guess you can say, question marks on what these teams are going to look like in our region. You know, we have a bye week after we play Pennington on Friday, and then we open with Aniana. You know, they've got a new coach. They've got some new players. So, you know, it's going to be extremely interesting to kind of see how it plays out in our region.
Life is full of milestones, and the right insurance helps protect every one of them. With a unique coverage for your home, auto, life, business, farm, or health, Talisa Scheichel with Alpha Insurance is here to help you find protection that fits your life and your budget. Friendly local service and coverage you can count on, Talisa is committed to helping you protect what matters most. Call Talisa Scheichel at Alpha Insurance today, 256-796-1093, or drop by 10631 U.S. Highways 278 Holly Pond and discover peace of mind that comes with having a trusted insurance partner on your side.
That's life with Alpha.
All the innovation in the world today is nice and all, but at Huddle House, we think there's no equal to a good old classic. Our 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 meal is your ticket to a down-home classic and money-saving value for your wallet. Get 2 eggs, 2 strips of bacon, 2 pieces of toast, and hot hash browns, all cooked how you want it, for just $4.99. Like I said, there's just no equal to a good old classic. Huddle up and grab yours today at Huddle House. Open 7 days a week in Arab, Albertville, Gunnersville, and Boaz.
MMC Home Care at 128 North Broad Street in downtown Albertville has a friendly, compassionate, and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you or your patients with all respiratory and durable medical equipment needs. From Trilogy ventilators, CPAP, BiPAP machines and supplies, home and portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs and walkers to bath safety aids and more, MMC Home Care has the products you need. MMC Home Care has a registered respiratory therapist on staff every day. Call 256-849-0226. Most insurance is accepted and same-day delivery. Trust your locally owned and operated hometown home care. MMC Home Care.
There is nothing in this life more difficult than coping with the loss of a loved one. Hello, I'm Keenan Warren of Arab Stoneworks. When you are ready to look for memorial options, come see me at 671 Sundown Drive. We will sit down together and start with a blank slate. We design and produce only what you want, nothing more, nothing less. Please visit our website at arabstoneworks.com. We make custom memorials for custom individuals. Arab Stoneworks.
Things have heated up at Bucks Island Marine in Southside. Michael St. John with Katie. Katie, the boat lady. Some big news from Skeeter.
Yeah, we finally have the 2027 Skeeters in stock. Come on down and check out our showroom and check out all the new color options that Skeeter's offering this year and the brand new model, the Skeeter FXE.
Your place for a boat, Bucks Island Marine on Highway 77 Southside.
Check out our website at www.bucksisland.com or give us a call at 1-800-I'm-READY.
Now, more football talk on Coach's Breakfast. Live from the Arab, Alabama Huddle House on Brindley Mountain Parkway.
week. And the thing about this game is Eider in the same situation, the same boat, if you would, on the river that the DAR Patriots are in.
Both teams are hungry to get wins here.
Seems to be that a lot of tough athletes come from that area. I don't want to call it a rebuilding period, but this year seems to be an